might have muted some of that, but...
But, like, as we did with Legends Arceus, because you picked the male trainer, picked the female, and also with that, as usual, going to do the quote-unquote official names. I have to go check what the hell... Damn it, I have to go check what the hell that was again, because I am boring, and I feel, naming them something stupid is a joke that runs its course really fucking quickly.
I couldn't straight face into my response to that. But cool, Ranch.
Most of the time, really fucking quickly.
The gay 420 gay and the cool Ranch, at least.
I forgot to pick up the control. You said, I'll make a point out that joke in a minute.
Oh, good lord. Just trying to get... So, I told Carson he could have an entire game to himself. I'm doing the editing now. Had to fix up the... Capture OBS was being stupid again. Oh, lord. It happens. I'm gonna play, Violet on my own and not record it.
I believe that is correct.
It seems correct. I can cut around.
Before I continue, because I'm sitting on it, I did do L-I, not I-L, right?
Juliana.
Okay.
Juliana. Which is a lovely name. Lovely place. But we also use a random girl character in my...
Okay, wait. You're going to get...
But we use a random girl character myself in my own Violet playthrough, which is probably going to be completely off the cuff. Because Carson actually wanted to record a game himself, so what we're doing, unlike combining the two, because this is a more open Pokemon game, and you can go radically different directions and do radically different nonsense.
Well, because the character, I picked the blonde hair and blue eyes. We're not going to stay on this too long. Honestly, might maybe do that, but it's the stupid anime single side thing, which absolutely bothers me.
I get it. Anime hair.
Like, if it was symmetrical on both sides, that wouldn't bother me as much. Like, same with that one. It's, like, tilted at a weird angle. If it was symmetrical, I wouldn't be bothered by that. I'd just do something boring like the pixie cut then.
Change it later.
I can change it later if I...
You can change the hair in the game. I just like that they give you these options. And even in my first part, I actually cut around choosing some stuff.
Fuck it, pixie cut then.
No, in the first part, I actually truncated past meandering around in here. Meaning I cut past some jokes, but it was just us making a joke about wasting like 20 minutes in here. Trying to get Scarlet and Violet going. Carson. Main Let's Play is his. I'm just gonna play this on my own time.
Quickly looking, I honestly feel the eye shape one is best. Like I said, blue actually is, then actually defaults to 2. Funny. I actually just do that. Like, you can change all of these in the salon later, right?
Generally, yes, that was the point of this game. They give you all these customized options at the beginning so that you can actually be more original, and then you can get hairstyles and eye changes and all the other shit.
Yeah, I'm just going to go with it.
Only thing you're stuck with is your character
is
name.
the name and language. Okay, I'll just go with that. Then again, if I decide to change any shit later, I can do that. Going to probably, like a lot of people, most likely end up wearing like a helmet or hat or something. So because of that, a lot of these changes are honestly probably not going to be seen.
None of the helmets are cool. Everyone's rocking the same helmet. Cause that's a whole like.
Also, no, you can't, do it because you can't like fully go through a bunch of you can't go through a bunch of changes. But another thing besides naming the character something stupid, I generally don't like. The other thing I don't like is when people create swamp goblins. Again, I normally feel the joke runs its course really fucking quickly.
In the Scarlet playthrough, I was laughing at something and we got distracted by other shit. I never actually said what I was laughing at, which was that one battle that they showed out in the field. It was a Hariyama versus a Garchomp, and of sort of all the attack animations for Hariyama to do, it clapped its hands.
Yeah.
Which made me laugh, because that's like... And I was gonna crack a joke, but I didn't.
That seems to be using fake out.
Which is what Hariyama do.
Because I think fake out in Japanese, I believe the name of the move, it's like cat pole trick or something. That's why a bunch of cats get it, but I think it was based off a technique in sumo, hence why Hariyama gets it. At least this is what the internet told me. And the internet would never lie.
You think people would do that? Just go on the internet and start telling what... I had that clip, but whatever he said.
Buster, how do you know if any of this stuff is true?
What do you mean?
How do you know someone didn't just make it up?
What? You mean just lie? You really think someone would do that? Just go on the internet and tell lies?
I just mean that some of the details...
Whoa, I never thought of that. This is terrible. What if none of it's true? What if they're all lying? How would we ever know?
Oh, it just freezes.
Damn it.
Oh.
Well, I will play this. Honestly, what's probably going to happen in the middle of the night, like a crazy person, when I'm rendering some stuff, I'm probably going to play this on my own.
But I get the totally better legendary, don't at me.
There is a huge heated debate because everyone will not shut up about the fact that you have this idea of, oh, this one's a fucking motorcycle and the wheels work. Why doesn't the other one use its wheels?
Or you could shut up and just enjoy that you get to ride around on a hover bike.
First of all, like, and we will talk about it, more when we get, like, I'm gonna sort of bridge commentary between the two different Let's Plays, because I'm not truncating, it is two different Let's Plays, because you can just do your own stupid nonsense in this game, but I get the future thing, where you have, the actual freaking working motorcycle.
Oh, they didn't make the roof of our house orange, purple to compensate. 0 out of 10.
The thing that fucking annoys me, though, 'cause I like the past creature, because, other people had pointed out, it is kind of fitting that the thing from the past doesn't have fucking wheels. Even though everyone shoots down that argument, since when does Pokemon care about realism? There you go. Pokemon, like, is selective when it comes to realism.
It does depend on the game at points.
Yes. Yes, but the whole, like, the creature in the past not using wills makes enough sense, and then I do like
That's when you have the explanation of what the, legendaries are, but I'm not going to get into that.
Even in general, my fucking point, regardless of just the kind of long, convoluted ramble this is turning into, well, we have a minute, but it's like, Pokemon, it looks like it has wheels, but if you actually pay attention to what those are in the design, they're not actually wheels. Though people are like, dude, it looks like a fucking tire. It is a fucking tire. You're just making excuses. Well, going on a Scarlet rant of Violet playthrough.
Mm-hmm. There's going to be a lot of interchangeable here.
But the reason I split off the Let's Plays in general is because these games are open enough, truncating to me kind of wouldn't have been completely right, because there is a scenario where if we were truncating, we would have to play the game like, oh, I go fight this gym or something, you should go fight that gym or whatever. Instead of kind of going off the beaten path if you wanted to, and it's just better to split these.
How did you say you ran?
No,
or can you not run in the house?
You can't run in the house, and what's funny, I misunderstood how the running works, and I noticed it in editing that a little pop-up appeared. I thought the running was based on the trigger that just helps spin the camera. You're kind of stuck in the slow walk for a while until you have to grab your shit off the bed. You're stuck with the slow walk for a while until, like, a few minutes into the game when a little dialogue text appears, and it's funny because I didn't notice it on screen in my playthrough, and I noticed it in editing, where running is just kind of automatic based on maximum movement of the stick, but for just a couple of minutes you're just kind of stuck walking, which is, I get it, but it is a bit silly. Out the door. Yeah. Well.
God damn it.
No, you can't. Damn it.
Not the text box. I'm talking about the fact that it's fucking raining.
It's light rain. We can get some recording because, like, light rain has never been a problem.
It's just as whenever we bring up that it starts raining in the middle of a recording, I'm always afraid of it going from light to like
heavy herb. The thing is, over the years, and this is half joking, half serious, it has stormed so often over the years. I'm pretty sure every dead tree that had never been taken care of has basically been either taken care of now or shot by lightning and fallen over.
Or blown by wind and fallen over.
Meaning there are no more trees that are super, super dangerous. My dad wanted the yard front trees that were kind of dying, cut like 15 years ago. They purr. Once again, bisexual dog. Does ooze that glorious bisexual energy.
Also has a bit of, like, delinquent energy because of the hair kind of sort of being designed to look like a pompadour. But isn't it also designed to look like a sailor's cap?
A little bit.
Because we can't have nice things and people now have to complain about modern Pokemon designs, whereas if these were in a previous generation, you would have absolutely no problems with them.
Pokemon designs are a perpetual fucking loop, and if I'm going to use this playthrough to just talk about miscellaneous shit that I didn't saying my own, because these are technically, you can consider these sort of, twin playthroughs, because it's the same, like, it's Scarlet and Violet. Carson's just the one playing this game, and I'll play it on my own time. The controversy that always...
So, what did you say the run was?
It's the full stick movement, but what I was saying, and I didn't notice this until I was editing, you cannot run until you're like halfway down this path. And a little pop-up appears that says, pushing the stick maximum runs.
Because
But
I'm, pushing it maximum right now.
yeah, it's near the end. A little pop-up.
Of course.
No, I thought it was a trigger, because about the... Yeah,
Yep,
see?
there it is.
No, it's literally... They forced you to walk.
I really don't want to be that guy, as we're go back to the design point, but why? Why do that? Why would you do this?
First you gotta learn to crawl, then you gotta learn to walk, then you gotta learn to run.
But it's like, well, it would be kind of stupid because of how slow it was. It's like, if, when I got up here, I had the ability to run, that would in some ways make a bit more sense, because it's the entirety of, like, the path, but no, it's seemingly because they realized that would be too long, it's only half the path. Now back to the point I was going to say, which is, I, feel like, and I will just say people are too hard on the new designs. If any of these exact same designs were in older games and were not starters, people wouldn't care about them. Like, people wouldn't hate it or like it. If Quaxley was in the place of Ducklet in Gen 5, people would basically feel the same as Ducklet, which is, it would just be seen as a duck.
Yes.
But because it's a starter, people have to nitpick every little aspect of its design in this game.
Because that built to the thing I was going to talk about, which was this controversy that always comes up of, and this, I'm sorry, is something I will never agree with. It's people that get stupid, hung up on, but like, if the starter starts on like 4 legs, like Sprigatito, it's like, if that cat stands up, I'm boxing that stupid piece of shit. But it's like...
The funny thing is, there are a few clips of a few Japanese VTubers when it started evolving. They were even like, please don't let it stand up.
Yes.
I find that amazing, especially because the whole, complaining that shit stands up, that's like, at least from my understanding, much more
than American. Except, here's the fucking thing, and I'm sorry, and this will always be a thing that is good. You can bitch, the fucking cat stands up, this is so cringy and stupid. Except, the cat that stands up, now the cat has hands. Now that you have hands, especially because it's a cat, you have claws. So you can swipe with claw and, like, punch moves. If you don't have arms, you do not have access to a lot of swiping or punching moves. And Pokemon without arms are universally bad.
Like, that's a funny thing. We're
What
going...
did you do? Why did you do that?
The control, like, the reason I did that, the controller, it seemed like it was acting weird, and it seemed like it was about to start fucking drifting again, so I was moving it up and down.
Well, yeah, but...
I know, it has the quick button. The reason I did that was when I was walking on the path, I swear, I felt...
That Pro Controller needs to be cleaned. So,
like, it's fine, I was just fucking hallucinating this.
Because we cleaned out the... damn it. Trying to hold this point between possible cutting.
Especially because I'm about to go look
At the nature and shit.
No, it's just nature, the idea for a nickname. I will do the nature before the nickname to speed this up again, especially.
My point!
Because I had an idea for a name if it was male or female. I had ideas for both.
My point! So, I'm sorry, you can complain that the standing Pokemon are, like, cringy, but universally, if a Pokemon stands up, it gets better coverage.
Yeah, like,
Unless they're... Now, I know there are going to be those people that are going to mention the one or two outliers of Pokemon that do not have arms that have great coverage, because they do exist.
Oh.
But a lot of those are way more modern Pokemon. Barraskewda is a pointy fish, and they play into this dumb joke that because it's a pointy fish and it has a pointy nose, it gets a lot of jabbing moves.
And a lot of biting moves. Because the fish it's based off of was known for
And it gets
doing
close
it.
combat anyway.
Yeah.
No, like, I'm not saying you cannot have... Okay, yeah, I need to try to explain my nonsense here. I am not saying a Pokemon that does not have arms cannot have coverage options. Barraskewda is a perfect example of an adequate amount of coverage. I love that.
Okay, Mills are UV. Name speed up. God damn it!
Timid.
Motherfucker.
Oh, that's funny as hell. Oh, we both got the shit rolls.
Looks like pure
Neutral.
neutral.
It's neutral. It's hardly like mine.
Oh, funny. And Mill shall be saved there because pure.
I'm probably just, unfortunately, I have to cut out a lot of somewhat decent commentary.
How do you change nickname? Oh.
My God, man. Right the fuck there. No, delete the main name.
I know.
Because I have that problem, which I like that the default...
Going to go check the thing.
Now, because of a point that was made that I know I cut past because Carson rolled some crap natures, and I was just getting a move on, everyone complains about the starters, especially if they stand up. And this was a follow-up to that first point I made. But this starter specifically, because of it standing up, which is well known at this point by a bunch of people, because spoilers are damn near unavoidable, and yeah, I will at least say it stands up. But the thing is, because it stands up, it gets hands, and because it basically has, like, paw hands, this starter gets some of the best physical coverage, and so much of that is based on having access to hands.
Damn it, could you move? I can't. R E.
You and your weird names.
Ah, come.
You see, my nicknames are good.
It's named Cheshire.
I know what you... Okay,
I did that because Bayonetta 3.
yes.
If it was female, I would have named it Viola. Because again, Bayonetta 3. Also, Viola kind of sounds like Violet. This is how my brain works.
my brain... damn it. My brain, I wrote it down, especially because of the final evolution. My brain vomited out a cat pun you have to force. But my God, is that...
What we will say when we get... Let's see.
What?
Or, like, you will put... Because that we're all to the final form.
No, no! Well, kind of. It's because of... I can...
Okay, I guess we already said that stands up, so if it's just a cat pun, you can just say...
No, it's a cat pun, but it's kind of based on the design, and she's at the beach.
I couldn't remember if the beach was this way, or if you... Just wait until we actually get to the final form to say what the cat pun is, if it's kind of based off the final design. You said you had to force for that, let's be honest. The English name of the final form, I feel like they kind of forced that pun.
It's the dumb name because of what the final form's name is that I got mixed up and thought the final form was actually called, because it's just sort of horrible Forsey.
Oh.
I wrote it down. No.
Like, if I can, get the things I want in a timely manner, all the fucking nicknames of the team I use is going to be a combination of basically dumb references and possibly mythology, because that's how my brain works.
I've had a dumb nickname on my mind for something. Good old leafage. I've had a dumb nickname on my mind because I'm going to... You see, I'm not going to play the video game inherently, because I'm going to be doing that cheese strat that was spreading around the internet like wildfire.
I'm going to probably use that Pokemon, but not entirely dedicate to the cheese strat. Like, set it up and then try to either actually use that thing.
Okay,
or try to...
if you take the cheese strat version and give it other, like, bullshit, like stealth rocks and other setup, you can have the cheese strat version actually become nigh untouchable. Because if you're doing the cheese strat, and we'll cover it more when we get there, because the other thing that's just incredibly useful anyway, outside of the cheese strat, is the ability Sturdy is just a really good contingency to have.
Again, like, everything I want, I don't think they exist yet, so technically if I wanted to, I could just run straight past every thing, booking it to the plot, and basically catching up, with the exception of, like, one thing I was thinking of maybe kind of using, I don't know, though.
Just need to have a more... Try to have a nickname ready for the Bounce Suite. Serena, like, is a good Pokemon, and it's something I've, never used on a team on YouTube, because we haven't, because most Pokemon games were on handhelds, and I did not have a...
The problem was most of the shit I want, which is why like, one thing I kind of get... the problem I realized, most of the things I wanted to use, ironically, are physical attackers. Have, like, no special except for one, and it's like, oh, that's gonna be a thing.
Most of my team is physical. I noticed there's just a general lack of good special attackers in this game. I'm not saying there are no special attackers that are good in this game. There are some great special attackers in this game, but almost universally, everything in this game is physical. It's time for the question of the day and my overall thoughts on the topic. So anyway, how many of you agree with the point I was trying to make about Pokemon standing up when they evolve? Because in my opinion, that is ultimately better for the game, and I'm not just talking about from a competitive standpoint. Even in a casual playthrough, a Pokemon standing up normally means it has access to punching and clawing moves, which is a huge, huge bonus, because having arms basically gives a Pokemon a lot more opportunities to actually gain a good moveset, because, I'm sorry, Pokemon that remain on all fours are generally terrible unless it is a very specific outlier. Go look at almost any Pokemon that does not stand up when it evolves, and you will notice a lack of good coverage options and just a overall lack of moves, especially if that Pokemon is a physical attacker, because I will be fair, since special attack moves are normally blast-based moves, like shooting Flamethrower, Ice Beam, Thunderbolt, Shadow Ball, stuff like that, generally does not require arms. So, if a Pokemon is basically a special attacker, and it never stands up, I have less of a problem, but my point stands for physical attackers. Flareon comes to mind. Flareon basically has absolutely no good move options. You have to run a bunch of weird nonsense, and that absolutely bothers me. I love Pokemon standing up because they often get way more moves, and physical attackers often end up way better, and we will talk about this a good bit throughout the miscellaneous playthroughs, both mine and Carson's, plus any other Pokemon things that we are working on. We never actually finished recording Legends Arceus, but now is not the time to ramble about that. My overall point, I kind of get why some people get annoyed by Pokemon standing up, but in my opinion, I look at a Pokemon standing up, and I'm like, okay, if you do not have a good variety of, like, punching moves, and moves that involve using your arms, then you have failed as a Pokemon. And my main point here is I think the game is better off when a Pokemon has a lot more moves at its disposal. I'm not talking about purely competitive. While I focus on competitive Pokemon a lot because I enjoyed building teams on the side as a hobby, I think the main game is still better off as well because you get more options, and that often means you get more abilities to actually function well in combat. Anyway, you can leave your thoughts, opinions, and answers in the comments, or you can leave them on social media. All of my social media links, as well as my Discord links, are in the video description. Now, as always, I need to be a shill for a minute. If you subscribe to the channel, and if you follow me on social media, that really helps our communities grow. But anyway, I hope you all enjoyed the video, and I hope I will see you all next time. So as always, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, or good night, everybody. I hope you come back someday. See you later.